I thought I was about to witness one of the greatest underdog comebacks I've ever seen last night. And the wild part is, I might have accidentally helped create it. Lovely day, poker enthusiast. Last night had one of those moments where you're watching the screen, doing the math, watching the stacks move, and suddenly you realize, wait a second, this might actually happen. Live at Sal's room, the Friday Frenzy brought in 31 players. There were 34 rebuys. The prize pool climbed to 26.65. Tina Chafe finished 4th. Kirk the Hart finished 3rd. Mark Richards finished 2nd. And scooping the win was Jason Miller. GG's to everyone who battled through that one. But online, that's where the story got strange. Strange? But strange don't even cover it. This was 6 seconds left in late reg strange. This was EMT sent, and suddenly the man appears like he came out through a trap door. I'm telling you right now, that wasn't an entry. That was a warning. The 850 Step 1 daily freebuy went to Khan's poll. The Friday night fight had 24 entries, and Titan Pokerman scooped the win for 46.72. Phil's Deep Stack Thrills had 28 entries, and Wild Hog took the top prize for 36.34. But the big story, that was in the 550 Big Game Step 3 satellite. It started grinding down three-handed, myself, Nodealsdalton, and used to be a townie. And we were one entry short of the 550 seat. One entry. So I went into full Linda Lamb mode, started suggesting a three-way chop, trying to make something work, trying to keep it fair, trying to get the seat locked up. And while I'm doing that, I get a message from Newfiebeef. It says, EMT sent. I look, it's $160. So I send it over right away, not really thinking about what he's doing, not realizing where the clock was, not realizing the timing. And with 6 seconds left in late reg, Newfiebeef appears. 6 seconds by? 6? That's not late registration. That's a bank robbery with a username. Phil's over there playing diplomat, trying to chop it up peaceful, and Newfiebeef kicks the door open like, homie, see, I'm coming for everybody. And he went to work. Eventually it came down to Nodealsdalton heads up against Newfiebeef. And when heads up started, Neil had about a 10-1 chip lead. Then he built it up even more. At one point, it was around 20-1. And at that point, most players are finished. Most players are already mentally packing it up. But Jody didn't go quietly. He started climbing back, pot by pot, hand by hand. He kept finding spots. He kept surviving. He kept pulling chips back across the line. And before long, that 20-1 mountain started looking like a little smaller. I was up on the wall screaming. I had red string everywhere. One side said Neil got this locked. The other side said Newfiebeef refuses to die. And then all of a sudden, that little stack wasn't little no more. I'm telling you, boy, for a few minutes, the whole system was in danger. He got it all the way back to about a 1.5-1 underdog. And I'm not going to lie, I thought he was actually going to do it. I thought he was going to overthrow Neil. I thought he was going to take that seat. I thought we were about to have one of those moments where everybody watching says, how did that just happen? But Neil steadied himself. He stopped bleeding the chips. He rebuilt the lead. He got back to a 4-1 favorite. And then eventually, Nodealsdalton closed it out and scooped the 550 seat. GG Neil. GG Jody. That was fun to watch. Fun to watch? Boy, that was stressful. Newfiebeef came in with 6 seconds left, climbed out of the grave, shook Neil by the collar, and almost stole the whole thing. But Neil held. Credit where it's due. The man bent, but he never snapped. And that's really the story. Not just who won, but how close it got. Because sometimes in poker, the final result doesn't tell the whole story. Nodealsdalton won the seat. That's the headline. But Newfiebeef made the room feel something. He made the comeback feel possible. And for a few moments, That was the moment. Now, one quick update. The Run Good You Legend series did not work out the way I had envisioned it in my mind. Having to send out 40 individual passwords every week was honestly the complete opposite of what I wanted. So for now, that series is at rest. Going forward, Facebook subscribers will get a weekly free roll password posted. That's the only way in. Cleaner, simpler, way less chaos. Finally, no more Phil sitting there like a password secretary. 40 messages, 40 passwords. But that's not a poker series. That's clerical punishment. Post the password, let the legends fight, move on. And speaking of legends fighting, what a weekend we have lined up. Today at 12 noon at Sal's room, it's the 550 big game, 550 buy-in, 500 rebuy, and a 50 add-on. There are already 30 players registered. That means 15,000 is already in the prize pool before the cards even hit the air. Then tonight at 7:30, it's Sensational Saturday, 60 buy-in, 40 rebuys, 20 add-on. Tomorrow, Sunday at 1 p.m., it's the 3K added game. $80 buy-in with $60 rebuys and a $20 add-on. Online today, we have the 2 p.m. Facebook subscribers free roll, 5:30 p.m. the 550 and 850 step 1s, 8 p.m. the 550 and 850 step 2s, 9 p.m. Phil's deep stack thrills, 10 p.m. Stu's 10 jack jam, and 11 p.m. the last dash for cash. And keep your eyes open today, because if 6 seconds can change a whole satellite, anything can happen. 1 EMT, 1 entry, 1 short stack, 1 comeback. That's all it takes, boy. That's the thing. Last night reminded me that poker isn't always about the cleanest story. Sometimes the best story is the messy one. The one that sneaks in late. The one that almost doesn't happen. The one that you think is already over. And then suddenly you're sitting there watching it come back to life. Thanks for watching. See you on the felt, and run good, you legend.